The dining room of my parents' Seattle home glowed under the soft light of a chandelier, its crystals scattering prisms across the polished oak table set for my 35th birthday. The air was thick with the scent of rosemary roasted lamb, Mom's signature dish, mingling with the sweet tang of blackberry pie cooling on the sideboard. Laughter and clinking glasses filled the space, the hum of family chatter a familiar melody, but beneath it, a tension simmered, sharp as the iced tea sweating in my hand. My husband, Ryan, sat beside me, his steady hand brushing mine, his cedarwood cologne a quiet anchor in the room's warmth. My parents, Ellen and Richard, beamed at the head of the table, their smiles polished but guarded, while my younger sister, Tessa, radiant in a silk dress, chatted animatedly with cousins. Then came the announcement that shattered the night. My parents had given my house the condo I'd bought with my own money to Tessa as a gift. The words hit like a wave, the tea's chill grounding me as I processed the betrayal, only to uncover the secret board files that would spark my fight for justice. I was Lena, 35, a real estate investor who'd built a $300,000 a year portfolio in the shadows, a secret I'd kept from my family to avoid their judgment. Tessa, 3 years younger, had always been their golden child. Her art gallery openings celebrated, her whims indulged while my achievements were dismissed as lucky deals. I'd bought the condo, a sleek waterfront property in downtown Seattle, with earnings from my investments. A testament to years of late nights analyzing markets. My laptop's glow a constant companion in my minimalist home office. The condo's deed was in my name, my pride, a sanctuary where Ryan and I hosted quiet dinners, the city's lights glittering through floor-to-ceiling windows. I'd shared its purchase with my parents, expecting pride, only to hear Mom's voice, sharp and dismissive. "It's nice, Lena, but Tessa's gallery is the real success." I'd swallowed the hurt, kept my $300,000 income quiet, hoping to preserve family peace. But that birthday dinner, as the chandelier's light flickered, changed everything. The announcement came after dessert, the peace sweetness lingering on my tongue, the room's warmth turning stifling. Dad stood, his gray hair catching the light, his voice warm but calculated. "We have a special gift for Tessa," he said, gesturing to her. "We've transferred Lena's condo to her. It's the perfect place for her to start her new life." The room fell silent, forks pausing, cousins' eyes darting to me. Tessa smiled, her eyes gleaming, as if she'd expected it. My stomach churned, the tea glass cold in my hand, my scar a faint line from a surgery years ago aching beneath my blouse. "My condo," I said, my voice steady but sharp, cutting through the hush. Mom's smile tightened, her hand smoothing her napkin. "It's for the family, Lena," she said. "Tessa needs it more." Ryan's hand tightened on mine, his jaw set, his whisper low. "This isn't right." The betrayal wasn't just the house, it was the erasure of my work, my worth, handed to Tessa without my consent. Back in our condo that night, the air cool with the hum of the city outside, I sat on the leather couch, its creaks a familiar rhythm, my laptop open on the coffee table. The view of Puget Sound shimmered through the windows, the water's dark expanse mirroring the storm in my chest. I opened my email, finding a message from my colleague, Sarah, a title agent who'd helped me close the condo deal. Her office, a cluttered space with the scent of coffee and old files, was where we'd celebrated my purchase. "Lena, check the HOA board files," her email read. I found something odd. My heart raced, the tea's chill grounding me as I logged into the condo's HOA portal, my investor credentials granting access. There, in the board's private files, were documents, a forged deed transfer, signed by my parents, claiming I'd gifted the condo to Tessa. My fingers trembled as I saved the files to a USB drive, its silver-weighted growing symbol of my fight. I called Sarah, her voice warm but urgent over the phone, the background hum of her office printer a comfort. "They used your name, Lena," she said, her words sharp. "The board didn't verify it. Your parents claimed authority." I shared the birthday bombshell, my voice shaking, the tea glass sweating in my hand. "They gave my house to Tessa, Sarah." Without asking, her laugh was fierce. "You're a powerhouse, Lena. Dig deeper, and let's make them face it." I nodded, Though she couldn't see, the condo's quiet amplifying my resolve, Sarah promised to pull more files, emails, meeting notes, anything to prove the forgery. You built that portfolio, she said. Don't let them steal it. Her support, like Ryan's, was a spark in the dark. A reminder I wasn't alone. Over the next hour, I became a detective, my laptop a lifeline in the dim condo. I used my real estate expertise, honed from years of navigating property deals, to scour the HOA portal, finding emails between my parents and the board chair. Lena won't mind, Tessa's our priority. One read, its words a knife in my chest. I cross-referenced property records, finding a backdated transfer request, my signature forged in Mom's precise script. Each discovery was a brick in my plan, each sip of tea a ritual to keep me sharp. Ryan sat beside me, his hand on my shoulder, his voice steady. You don't deserve this, Lena, he said, his eyes warm. We'll take it back. His support, like Sarah's, fueled my fight. I wasn't just a daughter, I was Lena, an investor who'd built a $300,000 empire, who'd hidden her light to keep her family happy. Now, in my condo's quiet, the city's lights flickering outside, I'd reclaim my worth. I remembered childhood with Tessa, Seattle winters heavy with the scent of pine and Dad's pipe tobacco, family dinners where her art projects were praised while my market analyses were ignored. I'd funded her gallery shows, her car payments, never asking for credit, but the condo was different. I'd bought it with my own money, my pride, only to see it handed to her like a trophy. That betrayal, sharp as the tea's chill, was why I'd fight. Sarah sent more evidence aboard email confirming the transfer, citing my parents' family decision. I saved it to the USB drive, its weight a ticking bomb. Ryan and I planned over dinner, the condo warm with the scent of grilled salmon. Go public, he said, his fork pausing, his eyes steady. Show them at the next family dinner. Use the files, I nodded, the tea's chill grounding me, and sketched a plan, confront my parents and Tessa at the annual family holiday dinner, using the board files to expose their betrayal. Sarah would help me compile a presentation, my skills ensuring maximum impact. The condo's quiet, broken only by the city's hum, was my war room, my USB drive, my weapon. Tessa thought she'd stolen my home, but I was Lena, the woman who'd built an empire in the shadows, ready to step into the light. The days after my 35th birthday were a storm of resolve and revelation, each moment a step toward the confrontation I'd planned to expose my parent and sister Tessa's betrayal. My Seattle condo, once a sanctuary, had become a war room, its floor-to-ceiling windows framing the Puget Sound, the water's dark expanse glinting into November's gray skies. The air inside was heavy with the scent of brewed coffee and the faint metallic tang of my laptop's heat, its screen glowing on the glass coffee table cluttered with notes and a USB drive holding the HOA board files that had exposed the forged deed transfer. The leather couch creaked as I paced, my iced tea sweating in my hand, its citrus chill grounding me as I navigated the aftermath of my parents' announcement. They'd given my condo, my $300,000 a year real estate empire's crown jewel, to Tessa. My scar, a faint line beneath my sweater from a surgery years ago, ached faintly, a reminder of the battles I'd fought to build my career, a secret I'd hidden from my family. Tessa's voice, smug at the birthday dinner, echoed in my mind. It's perfect for me, Lena. Those words fueled my plan to reclaim my home at the family holiday dinner, using the board files to expose their lies. The investigation consumed me, the condo's quiet amplifying my focus. I sat at the coffee table, the laptop's glow harsh in the dim light, and dove deeper into the HOA portal, my investor credentials granting access to emails, meeting notes, and transfer records. The forged deed, signed by Mom and Dad, claimed I'd gifted the condo to Tessa, but I found more. An email from Mom to the board chair. Lena won't mind, Tessa's our priority. Its words a knife in my chest. I cross-referenced property records, discovering a backdated transfer request. My signature forged in Mom's precise script. Each discovery was a brick in my plan, saved to the USB drive, its silver-weighted growing symbol of my power. Using my real estate expertise, honed from years of flipping properties, I traced Tessa's involvement, finding text she'd sent to a board member, Lena's too busy with her little investments to notice. My stomach churned, the tease chill grounding me as I archived each file, the drive a ticking bomb. I called Sarah, my title agent colleague, her voice a lifeline as I stood in my kitchen, the coffee maker gurgling. Its aroma wrapping around me. Lena, you've got this, she said, the background hum of her office printer a comfort. I shared the latest finds, Mom's emails, Tessa's texts, the forged deed, my voice steady despite the anger in my chest. They stole my house, Sarah, I said, the tea glass sweating in my hand. And lied to everyone. Sarah's laugh was fierce. You're a titan, Lena. Let's build a case and hit them at the holiday dinner. We planned a presentation at my parents' annual holiday dinner, where I'd project the board files exposing the betrayal before family. Sarah promised to pull more records, board minutes, financials, her skills rivaling mine. Make it undeniable, she said, her voice sharp. I nodded, the tease chill grounding me, and we sketched a PowerPoint, my skills ensuring it would hit hard. A new ally emerged, my Uncle James, Dad's brother, a retired lawyer who'd suspected my parents' favoritism toward Tessa. I met him at a coffee shop near Pike Place Market, its air thick with the scent of espresso and fresh fish, the wooden table scarred from years of use. James's gray hair was swept back, his eyes sharp as he hugged me, his wool coat carrying the scent of rain. I heard about the condo, Lena, he said, his coffee mug clinking. Your parents crossed a line. I know you bought it, I hesitated, then revealed my secret, my $300,000 career, my portfolio of properties, hidden to avoid their scorn. James's jaw dropped, then his smile grew. You're a force. Let me help. He'd save emails from Dad, hinting at the transfer plan, and offered to pull legal records from his old firm. I thanked him, the iced tea in my hand a ritual, and felt my resolve strengthen, his support a spark in the dark. Nights were brutal, the condo's silence a weight on my heart. I'd lie on the couch, the leather cool against my skin, the faint scent of Ryan Say Darwood cologne lingering from his jacket. I replayed childhood memories, Tessa's art shows, Mom's praise. While my property deals were dismissed as risky, I remembered a family picnic, the air warm with the scent of grilled salmon, Dad's hug tight as he praised my first investment, Tessa's voice cutting in. It's cute, Lena, but my gallery's the real deal. That memory, sharp as the tea I sipped, fueled my fight. I wasn't just reclaiming my condo, I was proving my worth to the family who'd never seen me. I visited my parents' house, the rose garden bare in the November chill, its scent faint but lingering. Dad greeted me, his pipe tobacco warm, his hug grounding me. Tessa was there, her face smug, her new keys to my condo jangling. It's perfect for my art studio, she said, her voice light, avoiding my eyes. I smiled, hiding my plan, the iced tea in my hand a secret vow. Back home, I worked late, my laptop humming as I compiled evidence, emails, deeds, Tessa's texts, James's records. I rehearsed my presentation in the condo's office, the mirror reflecting a stronger Lena, my voice steady. I'm here to set the record straight for me. For my home, Sarah sent the final PowerPoint, a montage of the forged deed, emails, and my portfolio's value $2 million in properties ending with my title, Lena, real estate investor, $300,000 year. The USB drive held my arsenal, ready to project at the dinner. Ryan was my rock. Our evenings spent planning over takeout, the condo warm with the scent of pad thai. You're unstoppable, Lena, he said, his hand on mine, his eyes steady. We tested the projector, ensuring the slides would play flawlessly. James met me at the coffee shop again, his legal records now a folder, his voice firm. You've got enough to reverse the transfer. I stood at my condo's window, the city's lights flickering, the air heavy with rain. Tessa's betrayal, backed by my parents, was a theft of my home, my pride. I sipped my iced tea, its coldness a vow, the USB drive my weapon, my success my shield. They thought they'd diminished me, but I was Lena, the investor who'd built an empire, ready to step into the light. The weeks before the family holiday dinner were a whirlwind of strategy and resolve. Each day a step closer to the confrontation where I'd expose my parents' and sister Tessa's betrayal over my stolen condo. My Seattle condo, with its floor-to-ceiling windows framing the Puget Sound's restless waves, had become a fortress of focus. Its air heavy with the scent of brewed coffee and the faint metallic hum of my laptop's fan. The November light filtered through the blinds, casting sharp shadows across the hardwood floor, where my glass coffee table held a clutter of notes, a USB drive, and a half-empty glass of iced tea. Its citrus chill grounding me as I worked. My scar, a faint line beneath my sweater from a surgery years ago, ached faintly, a reminder of the battles I'd fought to build my $300,000 a year real estate empire. A secret I'd hidden from my family. Tessa's smug voice at my birthday dinner, "It's perfect for my art studio," echoed in my mind, fueling my plan to reclaim my condo at the holiday dinner. Using the secret HOA board files to expose their lies before Mom, Dad, and our extended family. My investigation deepened, the condo's quiet amplifying my focus as I sat at the coffee table, the laptop's glow harsh in the dim light. Using my real estate expertise, honed from years of flipping properties, I dug into the HOA portal. Finding more evidence, board meeting minutes detailing Mom's insistence that I'd agreed to the SFR. Emails from Dad to the chair claiming Lena's too busy to care. I found a hidden gem recorded call, accessed through Sarah's title agency contacts, where Tessa pushed the board to expedite the deed change, saying, "Lena's investments are small time, she won't notice." My stomach churned, the tease chill grounding me as I saved each file to the USB drive, its silver-weighted growing symbol of my power. I cross-referenced property records, finding a second forged document, my signature mimicked in Tessa's loopy scrawl, dated weeks before my birthday. Each discovery was a brick in my plan, each sip of tea a vow to stay sharp. I met Sarah at a coffee shop near Pike Place Market, its air thick with the aroma of espresso and a briny tang of fish from the nearby stalls, the wooden tables worn smooth by years of patrons. Sarah's dark hair was pulled back, her eyes fierce as she slid into the booth, her laptop open. "You're building a fortress, Lena," she said, sipping her latte, the steam curling like a promise. I shared the latest evidence, Mom's emails, Tessa's call, the forged signature, my voice steady despite the anger in my chest. "They stole my home, Sarah," I said, the tea glass sweating in my hand. "And lied to everyone." Sarah leaned forward, her pen tapping the table. "Then we make the holiday dinner a reckoning. Project the files, emails, recordings, your portfolio. And with your $300,000 reveal, we refined the plan, a PowerPoint presentation at my parents' dinner, showing the forged deed, emails, and my $2 million portfolio." Sarah would pull more board records, her access ensuring airtight proof. I saved our notes to the USB drive, its digital weight a promise of justice. A new ally emerged, my cousin Mia, a property manager who'd overheard Tessa boasting about her condo at a family event. I met her at a park near her office, the air crisp with the scent of wet leaves and cedar, the benches damp from morning rain. Mia's curly hair bounced as she hugged me, her scarf carrying the faint scent of lavender. "I knew something was off, Lena," she said, her voice low. "Tessa bragged about the condo, said you didn't deserve it." I hesitated, then revealed my secret, my $300,000 career, my portfolio of properties, hidden to avoid family drama. Mia's eyes widened, then sparkled with pride. "You're a legend." "Let me help." She'd saved texts from Tessa, mocking my little investments, and offered to pull HOA financials through her contacts. I thanked her, the iced tea in my hand a ritual, and felt my resolve strengthen, her support a spark in the dark. Nights were heavy, the condo's silence a weight on my heart. I'd lie on the couch, the leather cool against my skin, the faint scent of Ryan Darwood cologne lingering from his jacket. I replayed childhood memories, Tessa's art exhibitions, Mom's applause. While my property deals were dismissed as risky, I remembered a Thanksgiving dinner, the kitchen warm with the scent of roasted turkey, Dad's smile bright as he praised my first flip, Tessa's voice cutting in. "It's cute, Lena, but my gallery's the real deal." That memory, sharp as the tea I sipped, fueled my fight. I wasn't just reclaiming my condo, I was proving my worth to the family who'd never seen me. I visited my parents' house, the rose garden bare in the November chill, its faint scent lingering. Dad greeted me, his pipe tobacco warm, his hug grounding me. Tessa was there, her keys to my condo jingling, her smile smug. "I'm decorating already," she said, her voice light, avoiding my eyes. I smiled, hiding my plan, the iced tea in my hand a secret vow. Back home, I worked late, my laptop humming as I compiled evidence, emails, recordings, Tessa's texts, Mia's financials. I rehearsed my presentation in the condo's office, the mirror fog from a shower, my reflection showing a stronger Lena, my voice steady. "I'm here to set the record straight for me." From my home, Sarah sent the final PowerPoint, a montage of the forged deed, emails, and my portfolio's value, ending with my title, Lena, Real Estate Investor, $300,000, year. The USB drive held my arsenal, ready to project at the dinner. Ryan was my rock. Our evenings spent planning over takeout, the condo warm with the scent of lo mein. "You're unstoppable, Lena," he said, his hand on mine, his eyes steady. We tested the projector, ensuring the slides would play flawlessly. Uncle James met me at the coffee shop again, his legal records now a folder, his voice firm. "You can reverse the transfer legally, but make it public first." Mia sent more evidence aboard email where Tessa pushed for the transfer, dismissing my role. I stood at my condo's window, the city's lights flickering, the air heavy with rain. Tessa's betrayal, backed by my parents, was a theft of my home, my pride. I sipped my iced tea, its coldness a vow, the USB drive my weapon, my success my shield. They thought they'd diminished me, but I was Lena, the investor who'd built an empire, ready to step into the light. Fated revenge. My parents gave my sister my house at my birthday. Then the secret board files appeared. The dining room of my parents' Seattle bungalow was a tapestry of warmth and tension. Its oak table draped in a crimson cloth, the air rich with the scent of roasted turkey, sage stuffing, and Mom's blackberry pie cooling on the sideboard. The December light filtered through the bay window, glinting off the crystal chandelier, casting fleeting rainbows across the faces of family gathered for the annual holiday dinner. Plates clinked, ants laughed, and the soft hum of a holiday playlist drifted from a speaker, but beneath the festive glow, a storm brewed, sharp as the iced tea sweating in my hand. I stood near the buffet, my navy blazer crisp over a silk blouse, my USB drive in my pocket, its silver weight heavy with evidence-forged deeds, HOA emails, Tessa's texts that would unravel my parents' and sister's betrayal. My scar, a faint line beneath my blouse from a surgery years ago, ached faintly, a reminder of the battles I'd fought to build my $300,000 a year real estate empire. A secret I'd hidden from my family. Tessa's smug voice from my birthday, "It's perfect for my art studio," echoed in my mind, fueling my resolve to reclaim my condo, my pride, before Mom, Dad, and our extended family. Tessa sat at the table's center, her silk dress shimmering, her posture poised but brittle as she deflected questions about her new condo, her smile tight. Mom hovered nearby, her apron dusted with flour, her eyes darting between Tessa and me, sensing the undercurrent. Dad was at the head, his gray hair catching the light, his smile warm but tired, unaware of the confrontation I'd planned. Ryan, my husband, stood beside me, his hand brushing mine, his cedarwood cologne a quiet anchor in the room's chaos. Cousin Mia, my ally from the park, sat across from Tessa, her scarf loose, her nod subtle but firm, her phone holding the HOA financials she'd gathered. I'd set up a projector on the buffet, its lens aimed at the dining room wall connected to my laptop, ready to play the PowerPoint Sarah had helped craft. The USB drive, a digital vault in my pocket, held the forged deed, Mom's emails, Tessa's call proof I'd used to expose them. As dinner wound down, the peace sweetness lingering in the air, Tessa stood, raising a glass of mulled wine, her voice polished but strained. "I'm grateful for family," she began, her eyes avoiding mine. "For Mom and Dad's generosity with the condo, a gift to start my new chapter," her words, implying I'd given it willingly, were a final jab, erasing my $300,000 career. Mom nodded, her smile tight, while aunts murmured, their forks pausing. I caught Dad's eye, his brow furrowing, his hand resting on his coffee mug. I sipped my iced tea, its citrus chill grounding me, the glass skull against my palm, and felt my resolve harden. The USB drive's weight was a vow of truth, my moment to reclaim my home. I glanced at Mia, her nod a signal, and stepped forward, my heels clicking on the hardwood floor. I have something to share, I said, my voice clear, slicing through the room's hum like a blade. Heads turned, glasses stilled, the holiday music fading to a whisper. I plugged the USB drive into the laptop, the projector humming to life. It's like casting a blank square on the wall. This dinner is about family, I continued, my eyes locking on Tessa's, her smile faltering. And family deserves the truth. I clicked the PowerPoint, and the first slide appeared, bold text reading, "The truth about the condo." The audio kicked in, a recorded call playing Tessa's voice. Lena's investments are small time, she won't notice. Gasps rippled through the room, Mom's hand flying to her mouth, Dad's mug clattering to the table. Slides flash Mom's email, Lena won't mind, Tessa's our priority. The forged deed with my signature, my $2 million portfolio, ending with my title, Lena, real estate investor, $300,000 year. The room was silent, the air heavy with shock, the chandelier's light casting stark shadows across Tessa's pale face. I'm not just a lucky investor, I said, my voice steady, the projectors hum a backdrop. I built a $2 million portfolio, bought that condo with my own money. You stole it, forged my signature, lied to everyone. I clicked to a text from Tessa. Lena's contributions are nothing. The crowd murmured, ants whispering, their eyes darting to Tessa. Mia stood, her voice firm. I saw her texts. Lena, she said, her scarf slipping. She mocked your work to take your home. Mom's eyes widened, her apron twisting in her hands. Dad stood, his voice thick. Lena, you did all that. I nodded, my throat tight. His pride warmed in my chest. Tessa's glass shook, wine splashing. Her voice shrill. This is a lie, she stammered. Her hands raised, as if to push back the truth. A family friend, Mr. Larson, a retired real estate broker who'd mentored my first deal, stood near the back, his tweed jacket crisp, his voice warm but sharp. I've worked with Lena, he said, his hands clasped. She's a titan, managing properties worth millions. You misjudged her. His support, like Mia's and Sarah's, was a spark, echoing Ryan's steady presence beside me. The crowd's murmurs grew, ants shaking their heads. Mom's face crumpling, Dad's eyes glistening. I clicked to a final slide, the forged deed enlarged, Tessa's voice from the call echoing. She won't notice. The room erupted in whispers, glasses clattering, the pie forgotten. Tessa's sob broke the silence, her heels clicking as she rushed toward the kitchen, her dress a flash of silk. Mom followed, her voice low, her disappointment palpable. Aunts turned to me, their nods warm, their words kind. We had no idea. Lena, you're incredible. Dad pulled me into a hug, his pipe tobacco scent grounding me, his voice thick. I'm so proud, Lena. His hands, calloused from carpentry, held mine, his smile a treasure I'd fought for. Ryan squeezed my shoulder, his eyes steady, his whisper soft. You did it. Mia grinned, her phone out, recording the moment for Sarah to post later. Larson approached, his handshake firm. You've inspired us all, he said, his voice warm. The dining room's warm turkey, pie, family was a contrast to the storm I'd unleashed, but it was my storm, my truth. I thought of Tessa's dismissals, her childhood taunts, a picnic where she'd mocked my investments while Dad praised them. I fought for him, for me, for the home I'd earned. The USB drive, its evidence played, was my weapon, my career, my shield. Tessa's lies were exposed, my success celebrated, and I was free to walk away, my dignity intact. I stepped onto the porch, the air heavy with the scent of rain and pine, Tessa's chair empty, Heard defeat a shadow on the tablecloth. I thought of my birthday, the chandelier's light as my parents announced the theft, and of Dad's pride, a light that outshone their lies. My scar ached faintly, but it was a badge of survival, not defeat. I'd lit the fuse, and Tessa's world had unraveled, her betrayal a public reckoning. The family's applause, soft but growing, followed me outside, a testament to the truth I'd reclaimed. The morning after the family holiday dinner, I stood in my Seattle condo, the air cool with the hum of the city outside. The scent of brewed coffee mingling with the faint tang of cedarwood from Ryan's jacket draped over the couch. Sunlight streamed through the floor-to-ceiling windows, glinting off the Puget Sound, casting golden streaks across the hardwood floor where my coffee table held a half-empty glass of iced tea. Its citrus chill a ritual that grounded me. My laptop sat open, its screen buzzing with messages from family and friends. Lena, you're incredible. We had no idea about your empire. My scar, a faint line beneath my blouse from a surgery years ago, ached faintly as I moved, a reminder of the battles I'd fought to build my $300 a year real estate portfolio, a secret I'd hidden from my family. The USB drive, now a silent victor in my pocket, had held the evidence-forged deeds, HOA emails, Tessa's texts that I'd unleashed at the dinner, exposing my parents' and sister's betrayal before Mom, Dad, and our extended family. I sipped my iced tea, its coldness settling like a quiet triumph, the city's pulse a backdrop to my victory. The dinner had been more than a gathering, it was my reclamation, a moment where I, Lena, stepped into the light and showed the world who I was. The fallout for Tessa and my parents was swift, a storm that tore through their carefully curated image like a Seattle rain scattering fallen leaves. Sarah called that morning, her voice crackling with excitement over the phone as I stood at the kitchen counter, the coffee maker's steam curling round me. "Tessa's done, Lena," she said, her words sharp with satisfaction. Mia posted the dinner video on X, it's going viral. Aunts, cousins, even the HOA board are calling them out. I leaned against the granite counter, its coolness grounding me, and pictured Tessa's face at the dinner, pale and trembling as my PowerPoint played, her mulled wine spilling as she fled. "What about Mom and Dad?" I asked, my voice steady, the tea glass sweating in my hand. Sarah's laugh was dry. Mom's scrambling to explain. Dad's been telling everyone how proud he is of you. I closed my eyes, the kitchen's warmth wrapping round me, and felt a quiet satisfaction. Tessa's pride, shattered before the family, was a fitting consequence for her years of belittlement. Dad's response was my true victory. He visited that afternoon, his knock soft but familiar, the air heavy with the scent of his pipe tobacco as he stepped inside. The condo's quiet amplified his presence, his gray hair catching the sunlight, his eyes glistening with pride. "Lena, I had no idea," he said, pulling me into a hug, his voice thick, his hands calloused from carpentry. "You built that empire, all on your own." "I'm so proud." We sat on the couch, the leather creaking, and he held my hand, his touch warm. "Tessa was wrong, and so were we. I should have seen you sooner." I shook my head, sipping my tea, its chill grounding me. "You believed in me, Dad." "That's enough," he smiled, his crinkle familiar from childhood property tours, the air heavy with sawdust, and his praise for my first flip. That memory, soft as the sunlight, was why I'd fought to honor him, to reclaim my place. We talked for hours, the city's hum a distant pulse, and I felt our bond strengthen, a treasure Tessa's lies couldn't steal. The family's reaction was immediate. Cousin Mia, my ally from the park, hosted a coffee meetup the next day, her downtown cafe buzzing with the aroma of espresso and croissants, the air warm with chatter. Mia's curly hair bounced as she hugged me, her grin wide. "You showed them, Lena," she said, her hand on mine. "The family's rallying round you now." "Tessa's lost their trust." I nodded, the iced tea in my hand a ritual, its chill steadying me. Aunts and cousins approached, their hugs warm, their words kind. "We had no idea you were an investor. You're an inspiration." The meetup, with its clinking mugs and laughter, was a tapestry of community I hadn't expected, weaving me back into the family Tessa had tried to push me out of. I thought of Mr. Larson's words at the dinner, his voice firm as he praised my work, and felt a surge of gratitude for these unexpected allies. Tessa's social circle crumbled. Sarah sent me screenshots of X and Instagram posts from Mia's friends and Dad's neighbors. Tessa lied about Lena's condo. What a shame. Stealing her sister's home, Tessa retreated to her apartment, her phone silent, her usual flurry of art gallery posts gone. Mom, caught in the crossfire. Send a hesitant text. We didn't know, Lena. We're sorry. I didn't respond. Not yet. The tease chill grounding me as I processed her role. Tessa's condo claim, now viral, was a public reckoning. Her lies about me, my $300,000 career, my $2 million portfolio exposed. I stood on my condo's balcony that evening, the Seattle skyline glittering below, the air heavy with the scent of rain and salt. I sipped iced tea, its coldness a reminder of the clarity I'd fought for, and felt a peace I hadn't known in years. Tessa had tried to erase me, but I'd rewritten the narrative, my career a beacon of my worth, my career sword, my secret out in the open. I leaned into my role as a real estate investor, no longer hiding my $300,000 income. My home office, with its minimalist desk and hum of a computer, became my sanctuary, its air cool with the scent of ink and leather. I met Olivia, a local developer who'd seen my dinner video on X, at a real estate expo, the air thick with the aroma of coffee and excitement, the venue buzzing with brokers and screens. Olivia, her dark hair pulled back, her smile warm, approached me by a booth, her hands clasped. Your story's inspiring, Lena, she said, her voice steady. I want to partner new developments, joint ventures. Let's grow your empire. I hesitated, the weight of my hidden success still heavy, but her enthusiasm was infectious. Let's make you a legend, she said, her eyes bright. I nodded, the iced tea in my hand a vow, and signed a deal, adding a $5 million project to my portfolio. Olivia's mentorship, like Sarah's records and Mia's support, was a lifeline, pushing me to embrace my success fully. Sarah remained my rock. Our weekly lunches at a diner near her office a ritual of laughter and healing. The diner's warmth, grease, coffee, neon lights wrapped around us as we sat in a vinyl booth. The clink of plates a backdrop. You're a legend, Lena, she said one afternoon. Dipping fries in ketchup, her eyes sparkling. That dinner video's at 1 million views. I laughed, the first real laugh in months, the tea glass cool in my hand. I just wanted Dad to know, I said, my voice soft. She raised her glass, her grin fierce. And he does. Cheers to you. We clinked glasses, the sound sharp in the diner's hum, and I felt a warmth that wasn't just from the tea. Sarah's belief, her help with the PowerPoint, had been my anchor, and I owed her more than I could say. I met Olivia again at my office, her ideas for a waterfront development sparking new possibilities. We stood by my desk, Mia joining us via Zoom, the air thick with the scent of fresh ink from a contract. You've been hiding your light too long, Olivia said, her hands on her hips. Let's make your empire global. Her words echoed Dad's from years ago, his voice soft as we toured my first flip, the air heavy with pain and pride. You've got a fire in you, Lena, he'd said. Now, I was stoking that fire, my career a testament to my strength. I thought of Tessa often, her face at the dinner, the gasps as my slides played. Had I gone too far? The public reveal was ruthless, a spectacle that left her humiliated, Mom stunned, the family rallying around me. I could have confronted them privately, let their lies fester in silence. But that wouldn't have reclaimed my voice, wouldn't have shown Dad the daughter I'd become. The fated revenge ethos rang true. Betrayers face consequences, and I'd ensured Tessa and my parents faced theirs. Dad and I grew closer, our Sunday coffees at the diner a new tradition. The neon lights danced across his face as he sipped his latte, his smile wide. You're a marvel, Lena, he said, his hand on mine. I smiled, the iced tea beside me a ritual, its chill grounding me. The family, led by Mia, rallied around me, their support a contrast to Tessa's silence. I stood on my balcony one evening, the city's lights flickering, the air heavy with winter. I thought of Maya from another story, a woman who'd faced betrayal and won, her courage echoing in mine. Tessa's choices had consequences, and I'd made sure they were hers to bear. I was no longer the daughter who dimmed her light. I was Lena, investor, daughter, survivor, the architect of my own justice. I stood on my condo balcony, the Seattle dusk painting the sky in hues of indigo and gold, the Puget Sound shimmering below like a mirror of my reclaimed strength. The air was heavy with the scent of rain and the faint briny tang of the waterfront, a breeze carrying the distant hum of the city and the soft perfume of jasmine from a neighbor's planter. My hands curled around a glass of iced tea, its citrus chill sliding down my throat, settling like a quiet vow in my stomach. The leather couch inside creaked faintly through the open door, a reminder of the nights I'd spent planning. My laptop's glow illuminating the USB drive that had turned my parents' and sister Tessa's betrayal into my triumph. The scar beneath my blouse, a faint line from a surgery years ago, was a silent badge of survival, a testament to the battles I'd fought to become Lena, the $300 a year real estate investor who'd stepped into the light at the family holiday dinner. As I watched the city's lights flicker, Dad's pride from that night warmed my heart, but a question lingered in the twilight. Had my public reveal been justice? Or had I crossed a line? Looking back, I see the woman I was before that birthday dinner, Lena at 35, a daughter and sister who dimmed her light to avoid family conflict. Tessa's voice had been a constant shadow, sharp as the iced tea I sipped in my condo's quiet. Your investments are small-time, Lena. My gallery's the real deal. I'd hidden my $300,000 career, my $2 million portfolio of properties, to keep the peace, to shield myself from Mom and Dad's favoritism toward Tessa. I remembered childhood winters in Seattle, the air thick with the scent of pine and Dad's pipe tobacco. Family dinners where Tessa's art was celebrated while my market analyses were dismissed as risky. I funded her gallery shows, her car, her $300,000 condo I'd bought with my own money. Never asking for credit. But that birthday changed everything. The chandelier's light, the announcement that my condo was gifted to Tessa, was a spark that ignited my fight. Their words, claiming I'd agreed, were a theft of my home, my pride, a betrayal that cut deeper than I'd admitted. That spark grew into a flame as I returned to my condo, its minimalist office a war room, the air heavy with coffee and ink. The secret HOA board files forged deeds, Mom's emails, Tessa's texts were a map of their betrayal. I'd scoured the HOA portal, my investor skills turning anger into precision, finding Mom's email, Lena won't mind, Tessa's our priority. I'd save each piece to a USB drive. Its digital weight a promise of justice. Sarah, my title agent colleague, had been my anger, her voice fierce over coffee shop lattes, the steam curling as she said, make it undeniable, Lena. Cousin Mia and Uncle James had joined the fight, their evidence texts, financials, legal records building my case. I remembered Mia's words in the park, her scarf slipping, her voice firm. You're a legend, Lena. Let's expose them. Those nights, rehearsing in my office, the mirror reflecting a stronger Lena, had built my courage, each sip of tea a vow to stay sharp. The holiday dinner was the stage where it all unfolded. My parents' dining room, with its chandelier light and aroma of blackberry pie, was a space I'd reclaimed. Tessa's toast, claiming the condo as a gift, had been the final straw. Her lies a theft I couldn't let stand. I'd stood at the projector, the USB drive in my pocket, and played the PowerPoint forged deeds, Tessa's call, my portfolio ending with my reveal, Lena, real estate investor, $300,000, year. The gasps, Dad's pride, Mia's nod, Mr. Larson's support they'd been my victory, a moment where I rewrote the narrative. Tessa's flight from the room, Mom's stunned silence, the family's applause they were the fallout of a truth I'd fought to reveal. I thought of my birthday, the chandelier's light as my parents announced the theft, and of Dad's hug, his pipe tobacco scent grounding me. I fought for him, for me, for the home I'd earned. The aftermath reshaped my world. Dad's pride, his hug warm with tobacco and love, was a treasure I'd earned. "You're a marvel, Lena," he'd said, his eyes glistening. The family rallied around me, Mia's coffee meetup a tapestry of support, aunts and cousins offering hugs, their words kind, "You're an inspiration." Tessa's social circle crumbled, her ex-post silent, her lies exposed in viral threads. My career soared, my $300,000 income no longer hidden. Olivia, a developer who'd seen my video, partnered with me, her voice steady at an expo, the air thick with coffee. "Let's make you a legend." Her mentorship, like Sarah's records and Mia's support, was a lifeline, pushing me to embrace my success fully. A message arrived yesterday, emailed to my business account by a viewer named Emma, who'd seen my story in the Fated Revenge channel, shared through Seattle's real estate scene. I read it in my office, the air cool with the hum of a computer, the scent of ink and leather grounding me. "Dear Lena," it began, "your story gave me courage. My family dismissed my business, called it a hobby. I watched you stand at that dinner, reveal your truth, and I'm fighting now, launching my startup because of you." Her words hit me, the office's light filtering through the window, Dad's pride echoing in my heart. Emma's story mirrored my betrayal, underestimation, a fight for worth. I wrote back, my keyboard clicking in the quiet, promising to mentor her, to share my strategies, to help her shine. Her email, now pinned above my desk, was a reminder my story wasn't just mine. It was for every dreamer silenced, every sister dismissed. So, I ask you, the Fated Revenge audience, what would you have done? If your family stole your home, called you a failure, would you confront them quietly or make it public? Would you stand before your loved ones, your truth a spotlight, or let the moment pass? Comment below, share your stories, your fights. Have you faced a sister scorn, a parent's favoritism, a betrayal that cut deep? How did you rise? Your words matter, your courage inspires. I stood in that dining room for Dad, for me, for every daughter told she's not enough. Maybe you've stood there too, in your own way. Tell me how. Did I go too far? The reveal was ruthless, Tessa's humiliation viral, her social standing shattered. I could have confronted them privately, let their lies fester in silence. But that wouldn't have reclaimed my voice, wouldn't have shown Dad the daughter I'd become. The Fated Revenge ethos says betrayers face consequences, and I'd ensured Tessa and my parents faced theirs, a public reckoning for years of belittlement. As I sipped my iced tea, the city's lights flickering below, I wondered, would I do it again? The answer lies in Dad's smile, in Emma's message, in the woman I see in the mirror now stronger, unapologetic, free. If my story struck a chord, if it sparked a fire in you, hit that like button. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it, someone fighting to be seen. Follow Fated Revenge for more tales of justice, stories of people who turned dismissal into triumph, who refused to be silenced. I was Lena, the daughter who hid her $300,000 empire, who let her family's words dim her light. But I fought back, my career my stage, my truth my sword. Now, I'm Lena, investor, daughter, survivor, the architect of my own justice. Never dim your light. Never let them erase you. Stay bold, stay fierce, and let the betrayers face their consequences.